Hey, 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 how's everybody doing? You guys have had a, I hope y'all have had a great week. Um, and I hope that the rest of the week is even better than what you had already. So, some of the things I want to talk about today is some things that's been going on in the land of YouTube. Um, a lot of y'all have probably heard about, or some of y'all may have heard about, hey Casey, how you doing, dear? Um, you may have heard about Bullhorn Betty, but if you haven't, I'm gonna kind of fill you in a little bit. Thanks for joining me, Casey. How's the family, the grandbabies? Hi, Crimson. How are you, beautiful? You being good? Oh, 4 years old. That's a great age. So fun. Watch so many new things happen. I miss those days sometimes. But I want to see if I can find what I'm looking for here. Um, this one thing. I'll show that one next. Oops. Because this woman here, she is completely off the charts. Not gonna lie. Um, she, as of right now, she has six violations to a restraining order in Tennessee. The restraining orders were granted by a judge a couple of weeks ago to a family of a missing 15-year-old boy out of Sumner County, Tennessee, who is autistic. Now he's been missing for about 6 months. I think the 26th of this month was his 6 months gone missing. So this, in my opinion, isn't something that she should be playing around with. Um, However, I want to show you. I mean, this woman is off the charts, but she had another hearing that was scheduled today for another restraining order from the stepfather of the missing 15-year-old. The other ones that have been granted was the mother of the 15-year-old and the step grandparents of the 15-year-old. So, um, and then on the 24th, I think, she was actually arrested for violations. But I'm going to share with you what she has said about it since today she received the actual court papers from the judge in the mail. So let me see. Let me get this shared. Um, um, okay. Let's go. Okay, why? Put it on the screen. Make this a little bigger. She's wiping her screen, so all right, hang on a minute. This ain't. Oh, I wish stuff would stop popping up. Okay, let me get this on the screen because I don't want to get a strike. So she's really good about doing that. But let me. Um, bring that onto the screen. All right, now. What is going on? Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Um, share screen window. I don't know what is going on. Let me see. Let me get it back to the beginning. Let's see. So you can really see all of her crazy antics. All right, let's see. Cancel that. Go screen. Oh, what? I'll go with that one later. Yes, Lord, these crazy things. Um, Let's screen share window. I don't want to. Let me reopen this. Okay. All right. Now, bring this onto the screen. And start. Okay, can you hear her now? This ain't right. What in the world? Heaven's sakes. Hold on. All right, let's see. Go back into. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let me do it this way. Copy. See if maybe this might be the problem. All right. Get rid of that. Wait for that. Where's my live stream? There. Okay.
It is so nice to see you. So nice to see you. I finally got the orders. They mailed me the orders. Orders in my hot little hands. And they filed the sheriff.
Can you hear this now?
Not the courts. Sumner County Sheriff violated my
Okay,
rights.
wonderful.
Violated
about
the
that.
law. What we were told, I can't say Sebastian Rogers' name, is a lie. Saying I can't say Katie or Chris or Terry is a lie. That is not what is in the order. Here's the order right here. We're going to be going through this in just a few moments. So as far as me worrying about what I say on my own damn channel, if these folks don't come over here, they won't see what's on my channel. And I'm absolutely allowed to talk about a public case, and the order exonerates that. They had me, I want you guys to hear this, because before I read, and I'll do this again, because I know that while we're doing this, it's going to be a little while before people get in here. I know that the Brian Koberger case is going on. Hey guys, it's nice to see you. Oh, thank you, Cash. God bless you. I've got receipts. I want to make sure I'm very, very clear. This is the order of protection. What people say is not what this says. This is the actual order from the courts, and Sumner County Sheriff's Office violated the law and violated my constitutional rights as well as my civil liberties. What that lady did, Detective Lisa Byington, was bullshit. excuse my language. I'll watch my language now that I've calmed down a little bit. We're going to go over the order. But it didn't say I couldn't say their name. It didn't say I couldn't cover this case. It didn't say none of that nonsense. And I was arrested and detained unlawfully by the Sumner County Sheriff to shut me up. They can kiss my white breaded ass. Thank you. No thank you. We're going to go over this. We are going to go over this. So first I'm going to go over what was stated that got me arrested. Now that I can. Now that I'm comfortable enough to. Let's read what it says.
I really believe this woman needs mental help.
Okay? Here's the affidavit from Lisa Byington. It says, on August 22nd, 2024, 3 separate orders of protection were granted against the defendant, Andrew Lynn Griffin, by General Session Judge Ron Blanton. The petitioner on the protective order are Katie Proudfoot, Terry Bowersox, Maddie Kathy Bowersox. According to the order, the defendant cannot come about the petitioners for any purpose and must not contact them or their children either directly or indirectly by phone, email, message, text, mail, or any other type of communication or contact. This is my channel. The only way you get contacted by this channel is if you subscribe or you're a member. They cannot stop me from talking on my own damn channel. I don't reach out. I've never talked to these people. I've never emailed these people. I've never directly or indirectly. I talk to my audience, not these assholes. And remember I told you I got arrested for hashtags and threatening to sue? On August 22nd, 2024, shortly after the hearing, the petitioner learned the defendants went on a live on YouTube, Bullhorn Betty, and proceeded to blast how people were talking on social media about court and what took place because the defendant failed to appear in court. The defendant threatened to sue the Proudfoots and Bowersox. Now, mind you, I was in Florida on my own channel, which did not contact any of these people. Now, they're...
But I'm going to stop that for just a second. But the court order said plainly, directly or indirectly, is prohibited. Indirectly also includes talking about them on her channel. But yet she was doing this the very day. While the court was in session in Tennessee, she was sitting in her bed in Florida on live and running her mouth. There was a deputy in the courtroom that pulled up her live and saw it and showed it to the judge. So then she received the violations. So let's listen to some more of her ranting.
Their friends send them my channel. That's not me contacting them. That's their own people contacting them. And use the hashtags, hashtag Chris Proudfoot, Katie Proudfoot, and their minor son, Sebastian Rogers, on her YouTube channel, Can't Fix Stupid, Tennessee. On August 22nd, 2024, at approximately 12 noon, your affiant received information from Katie Proudfoot that the defendant was live streaming on her YouTube channel, Bullhorn Betty. Your affiant watched the live stream, which showed the defendant driving while videotaping her feed. During the live stream, the defendant again threatened to sue the Proudfoots and Bowersox. The live stream titled Garbage of YouTube had hashtags of hashtag Chris Proudfoot, Katie Proudfoot, and their minor son, Sebastian Rogers, was listed on it. Based on these facts and statements, your affiant believes the defendant violated the conditions of 3 protective orders twice this date. Therefore, your affiant is charging the defendant with 6 counts of violation of a court order protection. These offenses did occur in Sumner County, Tennessee. These violations she lied and said they happened in Sumner County, Tennessee. I was in Florida and can prove it. This detective has lied under oath multiple times in this court hearing. Now let's look at the order of protection. Guys see that? I don't know because I'm blocking my camera. Order of protection. This is what came from the judge. It says right here, respondent stalked me. Well, we know that's a lie, but either way, right? We're just going strictly off the order as it's written. It says, did things listed in the petition and the court adopts these facts and incorporates them in references and or. Nothing is written here. Nothing at all. It says that the respondent has specifically stopped, which we know, again, is a lie. And it states the respondent has no, I cannot have a firearm. And it says that's the court, that the court is aware of. That the court, it specifically wrote there that the court is aware of. Here's what it says. It says no contact. You must not come about the petitioners, including coming by or to a shared residence for any purpose, and must not contact the petitioner's children, either directly or indirectly by phone, email, message, text message, mail, or any other type of communication or contact. I must stay away. You must stay away from the petitioner's home, workplace, children's home, and workplace. Personal conduct. You must not cause intentional damage to petitioner's property or interfere with the utilities at the home. These are all check marked. You see that? He has to check mark them for them to apply, right? He has to check mark them for them to apply. It says the court order respondent obey all orders on this form, not abuse or threaten to abuse the petitioner or minor children. I'm not threatening to abuse. Abuse is illegally defined. Not stop, threaten, or threaten to stop petitioner or petitioner's minor children. Never done that. Never done that. Personal conduct. Must not cause intentional damage to the personal property. I think I just read that. You must not hurt or threaten any animals owned or kept by the petitioners or the petitioner's children. Standard form. Standard form. Nothing else is written in here. Standard form. Now, the only check mark on this page is this one down here. And this says, you must not have or attempt to have or receive or attempt to receive in any way get any firearm while this or later protective orders are in effect. You must transfer all firearms in your possession within 48 hours. You must fill out and file a firearms declaration within 1 day of transferring the firearm. If the state or federal agent approves it, your weapon that are registered under the national blah, 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 blah. This is all going away anyways. And if your firearm shows that you have federal firearms license, that you are only responsible party listed on the FLF, you must transfer all firearms inventory. We don't register firearms in the state of Florida. It says cost and fee of litigation. You must pay all cost and fee. There's no other language here. They did not say I could not talk about a public case on my personal platforms, yet I was arrested for hashtags and threatening to lawfully sue someone. Lawfully sue someone. That's what I was arrested for. You guys just heard it. You guys want me to read it again? It says, shortly after the hearing, the petitioner learned the defendant went on a live. My lives don't contact anybody unless you sign up to get my lives. I haven't directly or indirectly made contact with these people. Hell, I haven't even laid eyes on any of these people except one, and that's because he was following me. Sumner County railroaded me. They lied under oath and said that these things happened in Sumner County when I was clearly in the state of Florida and I could prove it. I've never laid eyes on these people nor contacted them. Lisa Byington lied in an affidavit to the courts to have me arrested. That is what truly transpired. I just want everybody to understand that. I am absolutely allowed to say Sebastian Rogers' name. I'm absolutely allowed to talk about the details of this case. There is nothing in these orders that are preventing me from being able to do so, and Lisa Byington violated the law when she lied under oath. If you hashtag doesn't, no hash. That's for searching purposes, for when people are searching for case information. That's all those hashtags do. The only way that I can contact them through here is if I put an @ symbol on it and their name and they have an account on YouTube. That's the only way that they're added and get and receive a notification. I guarantee they cannot produce a notification that they receive from this unless they are subscribed to my channel. And that is by their hands, not mine. This is not in direct contact to them because I'm not trying to contact them. I'm talking to my audience, which is my job. So I want you guys to understand just the gravity of the situation, that these people are smearing me with the help of Sumner County, violating my constitutional and civil rights. They unlawfully detained me for 19 hours to try to shut me up about this case, and they can't even do it with a protective order because the judge did not order it. It doesn't matter what he may have said in court. It doesn't matter how he said it in court. All it matters is what is on this order. This is the lawful order. This makes me even more angry than I ever was before. Because now I know just how dirty the Sumner County Sheriff's Department is. They're dirty. They deserve an internal investigation. I'm going to be reaching out to anybody and everybody related to this case about the violations I did, and I'm going to be pushing for that entire department, that entire sheriff's department, to be under investigation for this matter. This order here is lawful.
This woman tickles me, I'm telling you.
This right here is a lawful order, right? It is a lawful order. It's a moot order because I wasn't properly served. But the judge did not violate my constitutional rights or my civil rights. It was Sumner County Sheriff and Sumner County Sheriff alone. Can you even talk anymore about or you just can't communicate to the, right. Exactly. I can talk about this case all day long on my own personal channels and platforms. If they get contacted from my personal platforms, it's because they requested to. They requested to. That means they intentionally want contact when they're telling the courts they want none.
2 days, 3 days, I think. Casey?
I am so angry right now because I thought the judge
I think she was arrested.
Violated my rights. I thought he had a gag order. This is not a gag order.
She was arrested on the 24th, which was last Saturday.
This is a normal, run-of-the-mill, boilerplate, checkbox form that the judge uses, so he doesn't make any mistakes. The judge didn't violate my rights. Sumner County did. Sumner County Sheriff. Eric Craddock. The people under him. Why are they unlawfully detaining people that are innocent and have broke no laws, but refuse to arrest parents for lying under oath, disappearing a child? There's no appeal. They didn't properly serve me. This has to all be stayed. This has to all be stayed. So I'm letting my attorney's already done everything. He's already been the attorney of record. As you guys know, the court case did not go forward today in court, as the people that went there did. They can't prevent me from talking about my life and the things going on in my life. They can't prevent me from talking about a public case. They've railroaded me and they violated my rights. They basically arrested me here from me communicating in Florida, which I can prove because Google Maps, right? I can show exactly where I was at the time this order was in, and I was just leaving the state of Florida, right? I was still in the state of Florida when I was running those lives as I'm going out of the state. I hadn't made it out of the state yet, and she says that I did this in Sumner County. I wasn't in Sumner County. I can prove 100% that I was in the state of Florida when these things happened. And this is the second time this detective lied under oath to a judge. Remember, she said I was intentionally and willfully trying to avoid service.
You were.
When I wasn't even in the state of Florida when the service was brought to my house. And I actually have it. Listen to this. I actually have proof of that because remember, Delilah was attacked that Monday evening before I left Tuesday morning. And so they had me on body cam footage with the officer that came here saying they wanted me to meet with the health department because of the bite. And I said, I can't. I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm leaving tomorrow. I even said I'm going to Tennessee, but I never went to Tennessee. I was going to Tennessee, but I started off in Mississippi. That was my starting point.
Yeah, Mississippi, where the
So
Senate
you
was
can
staying.
clearly see, and you can see where when I made my reservations, you can clearly see the hotel I made my reservations in. Like, I've got documentation of all of this and could prove exactly that. Not only that, but literally body cam footage
Hi,
from the day
Amy.
before stating I'm leaving and I'm going to my mom's. And I literally told them I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm leaving tomorrow morning to head up north. So I literally have, you can't document this any better. And she stood in front of a judge and told him I'm willfully and intentionally trying to avoid service. Now, mind you, when I tried to come back to the state of Florida, we had a hurricane and flooding, preventing me from making it back to my home for at least 2 additional days.
I know someone that lives in that area, and
This is
she
corruption.
doesn't live far from
This is corruption
Betty.
at its core.
She said the area was not bad. She
This
could
is
have come
corruption
home.
at its core. Listen, I've got an attorney. Don't tell me what I need to be doing, okay? I appreciate your concern and everything else like that, but one thing you don't want to do when I'm this hot is tell me what to do. That's a good way to get blocked.
Oh,
I have an
geez.
attorney. When my attorney tells me to take my butt to court, that's when my butt's going to court. Until that moment, it ain't happening.
Amy, everything this woman
Okay?
says is false.
Because my attorney that I'm paying for is advising me of what to do, and I'm going to listen to him, not a bunch of people on YouTube. I've got the orders. I've read the orders. The judge did not violate my constitutional rights. Sumner County Sheriff's Office did. I even had to, the whole time I was out in front of the sheriff's department, we had to have the bail bondsman every 20 minutes check to make sure that these a-holes didn't try to do some sneaky stuff while I was out there. But I don't want to be in jail, obviously. But if they had to arrest me, I was going to make sure that there was a whole bunch of cameras there for them to do it. And I could pretty much tell you right now that after the arrest, and they realized how much they screwed up by failing to serve me properly, and then detaining me unlawfully for 19 hours, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of bad juju going on behind the scenes in the Sumner County Sheriff, and I can guarantee there is probably one really pissed off district attorney right now having to look at this and say, oh my God, they just violated her rights.
Maria, I'm live.
Because he's going to be the one that has to deal with that. Because of this stupid detective. This overzealous detective. I do too, Mike. Oh, hey Seth, it's nice to see you. Did you hear the whole thing? Did you hear the whole order? They never told me I couldn't speak about your son. I have never contacted these people. I have never indirectly or directly contacted. Indirect contact means I call somebody and say, hey, go do this. That's indirect contact. Okay? Never done that.
Amy, that's exactly what she thinks.
Never done
He
that in a
thinks that
million years.
YouTube is all hers, but YouTube has a policy.
Susie. I just want to say these stupid idiots.
Wow.
Where is it? Is this the one? Oh, what am I going to make it about? Well, I'm going to make it about Sebastian when you animals decide to quit making it about me and bringing me into this and having me unlawfully detained and arrested. How about that? Do you ever care about rights? I'm a victim in this situation now too. Did you ever think of it like that? These people have some freaking nerve. Have some nerve. I read through every single one of the orders just to make sure there wasn't like Katie didn't have some extra writing in hers. And I don't see that. They violated the law. The sheriff violated the freaking law. They violated a court order, and they had me arrested for no reason. No reason. And people were like, how much money have you cost this county? No, how much money have they cost themselves? That's what I'd like to know. How much money have they cost themselves? These people are absolutely disgusting. I am absolutely appalled and ashamed that a sheriff's office would do something like this egregious. 19 hours for committing no crimes, no contact, no violation of a court order, and I was detained for 19 hours. I'm beyond angry. Beyond. I will not stop talking about this. I will not keep Sebastian's name out of my mouth. This boy needs justice. He needs to be found. He needs to be brought home. And we got 2 people that are doing everything they can to stop it from happening. Actually, 4 people.
No, they're not.
And it makes you wonder, why does a family that proclaims that they miss their family member,
you see, she thinks that just because they're not out searching and on YouTube channels,
any type of help,
that
it doesn't
they don't want him home.
Any sense. I got the court order. Sumner County violated a court order. That woman knew what she was doing. She had this court order in her possession, custody, and control when she filed that bogus affidavit. The exact same day that the court order went in place. I don't know what's wrong with this lady. But
yeah, she's blaming everybody but herself, Casey.
How many other people have they done this to that live in their community, or other outsiders that have come into their community to visit? It is disgusting. It is disgusting. So there is no order in the protective order that tells me I can't talk about this case and I can't talk about the people involved in this case. And because of hashtags and threatening to sue somebody, and I was talking to my audience. I wasn't talking to anybody else but my audience. They are not part of my audience. Remember, they're so fearful of me.
I want to show y'all something. I don't know. Let me see. Get this added to the screen. Oops. Share. Let's see. Where did it go? There it is. Now this here are the cases. These 3 here that are disposed are the restraining orders that was issued by the court and granted. Okay, the open ones, one is for Christopher Proudfoot, which was this one here, filed on 8/19, I think. Her attorney is finally listed. It doesn't say who the other party is, but I think that one's Chris Proudfoot. But this hearing was rescheduled today for, I think, September the 10th, if I'm not mistaken. So what they've done is they've combined all of these with the violations, and now it's going to be September the 10th. They're going to hear them all, and for all of these are going to be presented again in front of the same judge that issued the other orders. So this is just crazy. But here is the orders. Let's see if I can get this to pull up. the right way. Okay. And then this case here is her 10, I mean, not 10, but her violations. That the violation date was 8/22. Let me get this up here so y'all can see this one. Share screen. Those are her violations. Right now, there's 6 of them. And I'm pretty sure more are coming. So these were all rescheduled today to be heard on, I think it was September the 10th. Yes, at 10 a.m. And how much do you want to bet she is not going to show up to that hearing either? So, oh, I agree, Amy. You know, if it doesn't happen on YouTube, she doesn't think that it's real. And the problem, she's saying that they're involved. She's crazy. I mean, and another thing about this woman that is not in these, which these are the most recent stuff. And I know everybody has a past. None of us are perfect, okay? But this woman has got a DV charge against her for strangling her own mother. Now, if you can put your hands around your own mother's throat and choke her, you're not somebody I want to know at all. So let's back to this and listen to some more of her
On my channel that they're so
antics
fearful of,
because she's just nuts.
right? My little 5'1". We have an MMA fighter, right? But a 5'1", 145-pound chick. And you know what? In their stuff, they had my height and weight wrong. Now, if they see me in the flesh, my height and weight is pretty obvious when you meet me. Okay? Anybody can tell you that has met me that I'm a lot shorter than they ever thought I was. They got my wrong height and my wrong weight in their affidavits. By several
That
inches.
really doesn't matter.
Certain creators are responsible for pushing the prophets to get the order of protection. If they spent this much time finding their son, oh wait, they don't give a damn. You're damn right they don't. You're damn right they don't. But now,
And these
I've been
people
walking
that
on
are
eggshells and worried about,
believing in
how much
her,
more of my freedoms and my constitutional
sending
rights
her
are going to be
money.
violated by Sumner County. Now that I have the court orders in my hand, I know exactly what I am and am not allowed to do until it's stayed. And I'm pretty sure my attorney is working on the stay now. Because it should have automatically been stayed when that paperwork was filed in my court hearing, my court cases. And people are talking about the new whatever court line item. It's because I was arrested unlawfully. That has to be a court record. So they did all of this for what? For what? And for Sumner County Sheriff Office not to follow the law, and they're the law enforcement body, is pretty
But she
stinking
was the
disgusting.
one that called the police. No one else did. She called them on herself.
But they now know. They now know. This is pretty freaking big. They arrested a video journalist.
Oh, please.
For doing video journalism work.
Yes, Betty, because you were being stupid about it.
I will not stop talking about this case, and now that I have the orders in my hot little hands, knowing that the orders are null and void at this point because they didn't properly serve me.
Oh, Jesus.
There is if you guys read, well, you guys don't even have the stuff, but I'm not going to go into the details
She
of
reminds me of
my
Daryl Book,
information or my case, but
that
they didn't properly
Auburn
serve me.
citizen crap.
That's why I wasn't in court. If they had properly served me, I or my attorney would be in court. And it doesn't matter what people think
No,
in
Casey,
court.
she
It
don't have
matters
any
what's in the court
credential.
order. And the court order does not prevent me
She's
from
even been
discussing this
saying
case. It only prevents me from going around them or making
that she
contact
was a
with them. I've
paralegal.
never been around them, and I've never made
No,
contact
she
with
wasn't.
them. Even before these were even filed, I've never seen anyone but one, and we know why I saw that person, because we were all watching. Do you guys now believe the corruption? See, remember, I had hope. I didn't believe there was corruption in this county. They are hiding something. Makes you wonder what. What is Sumner County Sheriff hiding? What are they doing that's underhanded that they don't want to be found?
Exactly. Exactly, Amy. You know, we don't want these bad people. We don't want any children getting hurt. But it's not always the parents. There was just a case a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago now, that went to court in Tennessee, and it was a child, um, what's it called? Trafficking ring. Um, and these people went to court and they've been sentenced to prison time. It happens every day. And sadly, the children that are autistic are usually more of the target. I don't like that worth the doggone, but
Back to your
it
live
is.
stream, I don't hear anything that is so bad. I don't exactly, Evan, exactly, because it doesn't exist. What she waited to do is, if
Thank
you
you,
notice how close
Amy.
these
I'm
things are
so
in
glad
proximity,
you
mind you, I
found
was in
me.
Florida.
I'm new.
So
This
that tells me
channel,
that Sumner County
it's
was
only been
gunning
going
for
for a
me. They just
couple of,
wanted the court order so they could make
what,
an arrest or
Casey,
have
about a
some
couple of
type of
months now, I
footing to make
think.
an arrest. But what they used was my constitutional rights and tried to turn that into an arrest, which they effectively did, violating my constitution and by detaining me unlawfully for 19 hours. That is a violation of my civil liberties because they had no right to arrest me to begin with. None. I did nothing wrong. Are you guys getting it now? All these people spreading around false information. And I just read the whole thing to you guys verbatim out of the order itself. And then I also read you guys the affidavit from that very corrupt detective, Lisa Byington, with the Sumner County Sheriff's Department, lying under oath, saying these things happened in Sumner County when she absolutely knew I was not in Sumner County. I have not been in Sumner County but one time prior to these protective orders. And if she was really a detective worth her salt, she would have done this thing called investigation.
I agree.
And the investigation would have showed her
so
I was only in town for 4 days.
So loving.
2 of those days were in
and
Hendersonville. One of those days were in Gallatin,
so
Mississippi. And one of those days, Memphis. And one of those days was Gallatin and White House.
And she was going around.
It's hard to build
flyers
a stalking
and pictures
case
of Chris Proudfoot
when you can't even show that I was in any type of area that these people were in except one, and that's because he followed me. And we've got that documented on video.
Oh, Amy, I can't even imagine.
You have video
how
proof.
Terrifying that would be.
Yeah, you damn right.
I have a whole lot of respect for parents.
And so I did notice that these were all
like you and your
listed.
husband that
my attorney's listed in every single one of the court cases.
It's got to be so hard.
The way it's going to work is once the order is stayed, that means they never had any lawful right.
I do too.
How they arrested me anyway was unlawful because it goes against the court order. The court order doesn't say I can't talk about this case or say their name. And it doesn't state that I can't tell my audience that I'm going to sue somebody either. It is scary. But it happened to me. I would never believe that this was possible in America if it didn't happen to me. I am just, I mean, it's a good thing. I feel better now because the unknown kind of sucked. But now that I read the order and I realize what Lisa truly did, she deserves
Better
to be
talk to
fired.
your lawyer before you go talking about
She
this
deserves
stuff,
to be fired
woman.
because she violated the law. She violated a court order. She violated somebody's rights. And she's no different than the people that she locks away. She's no different. Yeah,
This woman needs to
that's
be
why I
locked
said
up
gag orders are
permanently.
unconstitutional. And I can't believe that a court would violate somebody's rights. And when I read this, I realized it wasn't the courts that violated my rights. It was Sumner County Sheriff and Sumner County Sheriff alone. So who do you tell about them? Oh, it's going to court. The attorney's already been working on it. All this stuff is
Amy, I know. And this is what bothers me so much about this case is the fact of how this woman, and trust me, she's not the only one, but she's really the one that is just completely off her rocker, has turned this case of this missing little boy into such a, excuse my French, but shit show. It's all about her. It's all about how she's been done wrong. In this whole video, she never mentions anything about and everything that's been done, like the FBI giving a up to $50,000 reward for information. She's trying to lay claim to doing that too. It's she's hilarious, I'm telling
undone.
you.
All of this stuff is undone. My people in surrounding community, Ellie said, don't like them and don't F with them. Well, I didn't F with them, but they F'd with me. And you know what? You mess with the bull, you get the bullhorn. I'm about to make that freaking county's head spin. What they did was wrong. And I want to know how many other people they've done this to. Because
I don't
I want
either,
to make
Casey.
sure that they are represented. I want to make sure that if Lisa's done this to other people, those other people's attorneys know about it.
Very bad people.
She's laying down. She's in her bed. She's between my legs right now. She's
Oh
nice,
Lord.
snuggly, and warm.
That poor dog.
Nice, snuggly, and warm. Don't you get discovery now? Listen, my attorney's going to do whatever he's going to do. He's going to be back in town, I believe, on Monday.
And that TikTok Tony he's got
like
working with
kind
him,
of just got a little haywire
girl,
with this case, but it was because of an overzealous detective.
he is something else.
That thought she had the right to detain me for my freedom of speech. I don't know what in the world is wrong with this woman. Betty, I don't know what's wrong with you.
But
I'd have bailed you out so you could raise your voice for Sebastian. Also, at least someone went to jail for Sebastian, granted the wrong person. Because it sounds like Sumner County Sheriff likes to arrest innocent people.
I know that for sure. 100%, Amy.
The narrative here, right?
100%.
A kid disappears from their own home, inside their own locked bedroom and locked house with their own mother. Just
he's a 15-year-old teenager, and he can get up and walk.
How this child walked out the house. Nobody can, right? Law enforcement can't. She can't. His stepfather can't. His father damn sure doesn't know, because he was at work. And I
don't think any of these people involved on Seth's side is going to see
didn't work the night shift.
What
with all this hate Seth
they did
has
to
right
ruin
now,
this case.
If his alibi was I was sleeping, he would be crucified. Crucified. He's being crucified now for being at work and not being responsible for the disappearance of his son. And I also find it.
But hold up, Miss Betty, just hold up a minute, because There was someone that also come forward and said that Seth was unaccounted for at least a couple of hours while at work that day. That has been proven.
Funny that they keep saying that there's no evidence to support any criminal activity, but nobody's cleared. Does anybody notice that that's funny? Well, if there's no criminal activity, then there shouldn't be anybody that has to be cleared, right? I mean, in
Uh,
the reality of things.
no, Betty.
And then, moreover, did you guys hear the statement from the FBI?
Oh,
Did you
here it
guys hear
is.
the statement from the FBI? The statement from the FBI says for the safe return of Sebastian or those
I know.
responsible.
I raised
Usually it
5,
says the person
and
responsible.
I
It
didn't get
usually
up and
puts like the
check
S
every
and
noise I heard. If I did hear noises,
parentheses
I'd be worried.
person, so it can be person or persons. That's usually how they do it. And they didn't do it. They made it absolutely plural. Those. THOSE.
Oh, please, Betty. It's just
Those.
standard wordage.
Those.
Mm-mm-mm. Bless her heart.
Wow. Yes, Gypsy. The answer is yes. I will always do the right thing for the right cause. I put
I
myself in
know.
jeopardy with my job and
And
have
I've
for a
even
very
had
long
people
time.
say, I've
It's just
seen
now
other
that
people
people are
say
starting
that
to
too, not
realize
just
how.
Betty. What, did she not put his school clothes out? Why does she not know what he had on? Duh. He's 15. I'm sure he knows how to dress himself. I mean, geez.
How much danger I put myself in. I've been in danger. I've come face to face with rapists, murderers.
Well, all of us have,
That's why
Betty.
I said that what these other creators are doing to put me in more jeopardy than I already put myself in
They're
is
not
really
doing it. You're
disgusting.
doing it.
Those creators lied to you. They lied
No,
to the
ma'am.
world. They had
No,
me
ma'am.
arrested through BS tactics that are
We didn't
unlawful.
have you arrested. You did it yourself.
And now that I have the orders, I feel much relieved because Katie and Chris cannot stop me from
Most
talking
teenagers
about
won't.
Sebastian Rogers' case. They can't even stop me from saying their names because they're associated with this case. At the end of the day, Katie was the only person inside that house with her son. That's what's in the reports. Okay? I'm not making it up. That's what's in the reports. Grace upon grace, I've been a very strong person and I've faced critics. You got to remember, I'm in the world of politics. And, politics
Lord.
is a swampy area. But you know what? Politics, people aren't usually felons and willing to do underhanded and illegal stuff. Here on these
But
streets,
you
these
are,
people can't even get
Betty.
jobs at the 7-Eleven because their criminal background is so bad that the only
That's
thing they
why
can
you
do
don't
is
have
have
a
an
job,
uneducated
Betty.
opinion with a microphone. That's why. Have you heard they found a body in a drainage ditch at one of the RV parks? I haven't heard that, VP. No, I surely have
Oh,
not. I can tell you if there is something that matches the description of Sebastian, I even though I don't trust Sumner at all, I am still at least
let's see if
confident
I can find something so I can show you
in
guys.
part, that they would reach out to Seth. And the reason why I say this, you know, is because there's been other things that have happened. This is not the first time we've came across a bone, right? Or a body, right? The graveyard. Remember the body at the graveyard? This is not the first time we've had a situation like this. And
Okay, I'm going to share this with you guys. I'm going to stop that just for a minute. But I want you to see this. Um, Now, these are records from Manatee County, Florida, which is where she lives. There's a total of 44 records. There's a misdemeanor. There's domestic relations. Another domestic relations. Another misdemeanor charge. Domestic relations. Two more misdemeanor charges. Domestic relations, misdemeanor, traffic, three more misdemeanor charges, a felony in 2012. Um, this is a domestic relations. This is a misdemeanor. Um, look at all this. This is all this woman right here that is talking. There's another felony. I mean, let's see what this says. Possession of cocaine. Possession of a controlled substance. There's two charges. Possession of drug paraphernalia and trespass on property other than structure or convenience. So, oops, I didn't even put that up on screen. Oops, sorry about that. You see the controlled substance, cocaine, all of that. Let me go back and show you since I didn't have it on the screen. But here is all, I mean, there's 44. And this is just in the county where she lives. This is all her. I mean, it's crazy.
I know you're going to hear this, but it's not Sebastian. They didn't tell him who it was, but whoever that kid was, they knew who that kid was, even though they didn't tell the rest of the world at that moment. I haven't followed that
Exactly,
again in a
Amy.
long time.
We wouldn't care one bit about her record.
It's not Sebastian, so I just moved on, and people were still carrying on like it was some kind of conspiracy from the sheriff. We don't know. We know they've lied to us before, but I think that somebody needs to run against Eric Craddock for the November election. I can tell you, I will put the weight of this channel behind whoever that might be. If we need to bring a whole team of people into the community to door knock, phone bank, I've done it all.
I like that. I love that song.
I'm
I
happy to
love
do that.
that.
So for those people in Hendersonville, if you guys have
I
somebody
love
that's
Dolly
wanting
Parton
to
too.
run for sheriff, obviously I need to speak to them, hear them, make sure I align with their positions, all their positions, or at least the majority of their positions. You're never going to align with 100%.
Woman, you can't vote in Tennessee.
But if we can have some great understanding about what law and order really is and what it looks like, then I'm willing to support with, I don't support typically politicians with any financial resources because I feel like my personal presence is more valuable than any amount of money that I would be able to donate to them because I don't really have a whole lot, right? We generate enough money, as I was telling Tony, we generate enough money on this platform monthly to pay, my expenses, plus allow me to travel to one case a month. That's basically, we over time, I hope to build the channel up a little bit more so we can do 2 cases a month or spend maybe more time in the area looking for a victim. We only have budgets for certain things. That's why I drive my car into the ground because it does help. Plane fares expensive. Rental cars are expensive. So, having my vehicle takes that away.
Yeah.
Right?
Now she's in politics. You gotta love this woman.
I have to pay for weight. That means my equipment. I can't bring my equipment with me.
Great to have you here with us, Nick.
It weights down my bags, and you got to pay extra fees for weight on your bags. So it really does work out better that I can drive my vehicle. But, you know, from this morning of being exhausted because I was just in the unknown to now getting this, I've got to tell you, my blood is boiling. My blood is boiling. I pray to God that the
I need two of
ACLU,
your
actually,
behavior.
as a matter of fact, there's ACLU in Nashville. What you guys could do for me, if you guys chose to, I know there's a lot of people here that love it, is reach out to them and let them know how unjust
Well, we
this
try to
was,
be
that this is a
here.
major case,
I do
and they
try.
should be taking it up for my behalf. I'm really trying to get the ACLU involved in this case because what they did is a clear violation of my constitutional rights and my civil liberties. And the ACLU
She's
gets a lot of our
awful. I'm
taxpayer
telling you,
money
she's awful.
in grants from our government because of their nonprofit work in advocating against these atrocities from our government to individuals. And they're very, very good. Whether I agree with their overall policies or not, they're still a good resource for civil rights and constitutional right violations. And so I hear that they have a very active ACLU in their area. Maybe getting some people to just write them a letter, email them, call them, might help bring some attention to my case where they can get involved and start helping through the legal process, because there's a lot that needs to go into this. And the ACLU provides these services, of my understanding, free of charge, and that would be amazing. Then my attorney can handle, what we're dealing with now, and the ACLU can deal with the government.
I was just thinking about the very same
I
thing,
really want to
That's all
start
she
getting those
does.
things in the process.
And
I
she's
filled out the
really
form
ugly
yesterday,
to her
and I
viewers
haven't
a lot
heard
of
from
times
them.
too in the
I don't
chat.
know what that looks like, how long it takes them to, get the intake form, reach out to me, and I don't know if they're going to call me, email me. It's hard
Yes.
because I keep my phone locked down. So if you're not in my contacts, or I don't know you, you can't get through to me. You can't get through to me by phone. You can't get through to me by text. You can't get through to me by anybody. You're blocked. You go straight to the voicemail, but you're blocked. You can't get to me.
What-
I don't. All I do on my end is I don't
What
even listen
didn't you
to.
see?
If I don't know you, I don't listen. I just delete it because it comes up on a screen, and you can delete the voicemails. You don't even have to listen to them. So I don't listen to the voicemails, especially from people I don't like. Anybody that I that is not blocked on my phone can make it through if I have certain settings. Like right now, I have Do Not Disturb. So there's literally 5 people that can ring this phone when it's on Do Not Disturb. 5. And 2 of those people are Tony and Seth. My thoughts have always been with the RV park drains around the. Well, we know that there. I'm telling you, there's something with this whole trip to go pick up the RV. It was weird. It was a weird timing. It seemed like the priorities didn't seem right. Like, ooh, who gives a rat's ass about an RV that's at a secured RV park?
Yeah, StreamYard can
Who
be a little
cares?
picky at times
Call
for
them up,
no
make
reason.
payment arrangements, and be done with it. Who leaves their grieving wife behind to go pick up a camper 3.5 hours away and stays gone for 24 hours? There's only 2 reasons. Well, 3 reasons. An affair, drugs, or something to hide. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. Those are my opinions, and guess what? I'm entitled to them. Miss Lisa Byington, I'm entitled to my opinions on my channel.
Yes, Nick, we are really glad to have you here with us tonight.
Thank you, Patty. God bless you. True, that county needs to vote someone else in his county. Yeah. And whatever, I mean, they've got leaks in their department. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on that ain't right with Sumner County. Okay?
In little old Sumner County, a lot's going on.
I don't think they realize I'm very seasoned at what I'm doing. Very seasoned. Not only on the political realm, but the law realm. I used to work in law firms. I used to run investigations. I was the senior discovery paralegal. It was many years ago, over a decade, almost 2 decades, right? but it's still, you don't got a dumb woman here, okay? And I kept telling you that I didn't
Yeah,
understand
she's
how they
dumb.
would be able to serve me because they have to do certain things to serve me. And so I was very, very confused when they were trying to just serve me by the sheriff. You can't do that. You have to establish personal jurisdiction, which they never did. And remember, we talked about
Woman,
that.
all they have to do is
This
send
is
it to the
before I
sheriff
even
in
hired an
Manatee County.
attorney. I kept saying I don't understand this. How can they do this? They can't just do this. I mean, it's out of state. You
Oh,
have to
Amy,
go
I
through
so
different
agree.
processes for foreign subpoenas and foreign type of stuff. It's called foreign. You know, it's not from the state. It's from a foreign state. So there are strict requirements that must be adhered to in order to
I
get
guess she
somebody
also
from a
isn't
different
aware
state
that
into that state,
a
and they
felony
didn't follow
charge
those
can have
rules.
Tennessee can come to Florida
Zeph,
and pick
regardless
her
of
up.
all the noise, I hope your child is found safe. Oh, thank you, Cash. I know he appreciates that. Obviously, we're having a little, I know everybody, it's not even just me. It sounds like everybody across the country is having some type of technical or internet issue. And it sounds like that's the case here. But I do have the orders in my hot little hands. The General Sessions did send me the orders, and when I read them, and I didn't see that I was not allowed to say their name, I was not allowed to talk about this case. When I didn't see
Amy,
that in
Casey
there,
is pretty awesome,
and
I
I
have
just
to
got
tell
arrested
you.
for hashtags
She's
and threatening
amazing.
to sue people for lying under oath, you can imagine my anger. That it's just like, you know that your rights were violated, but just seeing how bad they were violated in black and white, it is like I'm pissed. Remember, I told you when I'm angry, I don't yell.
You're off your rocker.
I only yell when I'm excited and talking about a case and passionate about it, and I look mean. That's part of me. It's part of my expression, right? But when I'm truly angry, when I'm truly pissed off.
You know what? Something else too that's a kicker for y'all. Not sure if y'all are aware of this, but the bed that she is sitting on, she has two mattresses on it. One of the mattresses had bed bugs, and she bought another mattress, or one of her followers bought her another mattress, or she took something back that one of her followers bought and got a mattress. But then the psycho woman just put that mattress on top of the one with the bed bugs.
I can tell you I don't look it. You can tell in my speech. You can kind of tell in my eyes. You can definitely tell on my facial expression. But as far as screaming and yelling and just losing my shit, that's not how I do anger.
Right?
This is how I do anger.
I guess
Right
she
here.
thought that's going to get rid of the bed bugs.
And you don't want to poke the bear. Because when you poke the bear, that's when the tongue lashing goes.
Well, that must be what she thinks.
That's when the tongue lashing goes. I cannot believe that they did this. But you know what I'm sitting there thinking about is how much trouble that this detective, or how much shit, excuse my language, is going on behind the scenes in Sumner County and that DA's office. Because now that I see
with all that she's done to her mom,
clearly bad for them.
her ex-husband, and other people, this woman is seriously mental. I mean, mental.
For their taxpayers.
Hi, Rob. How are you?
Boycott Tennessee Walmart. They won't keep the missing child's picture up. Which one won't? Well, you don't know, because Chris likes to go around and threaten people, and he likes to tell people they can't do it or he's going to sue them. But, the only thing he does is like to lie under oath. He's got a wannabe protective order against me for Faith. Faith is not even in.
Oh yes, her mom is.
Tennessee,
I think she's even a moderator on her channel.
Has no custody of this child, and she's not even a resident of Tennessee. How do you get a protective order on something like that? Explain that to me. Corruption. That's the only way. These people know that they can't do any of this, yet they allowed it to happen. I'm not family to them. Right? I'm not related to them in any way.
What's that got to do with anything?
Thank you, Roddy. Is it
Oh,
Roddy or Rody?
yeah, this is nothing but a money grab with her. She
Don't
is
forget to thumb up
making
this
making a lot
live.
of
You
money
guys
off
have
the
seen
back of this
everything I've
dog
gone
name.
through, but it's now time for you guys. I never tell you guys to do this, but it is these
Yep,
hate channels have got to go.
100%, Casey.
They instigated a lot of this nonsense um, for a click and a view just to see if they could have me arrested, and they only needed one key ingredient: a corrupt sheriff,
But she called the police
a
that day.
corrupt sheriff, and a corrupt community. That's all they needed. So these hate channels, I
And
mean,
the one that got
seriously,
taken to jail was her.
they are supporting this kind of nonsense, and I guarantee if it happened to them, they would be the victim, right? But they don't mind victimizing somebody else.
This woman's put.
Yes, Crystal, he is. He's highly respected. He's a past chief of police. He's a past homicide detective. He's good. He's good. So we'll see. Yeah, at least that's what I hear. I mean, I know that that's his background right there, but I hear he's really really good and highly respected in the community. So we'll see. We'll see. How can they even get the little girl with a son missing? You know what? That's a different court. And quite frankly, like I said many times, is
Because
that
it's not been proven they did anything to
there's
that
no
boy.
charges. A judge can't say, "Oh, well, we have a missing child. I'm going to prevent your parental rights or your visitation rights." Right? I'm going to prevent your visitation rights on assumptions. You see what I'm saying? If he was lawfully named as a person of interest or a suspect, then that would have a lot more
But he
weight.
wasn't
But since
even.
this county is corrupt, they'll
He
never
was
tell
3
you
hours
if they
away
have a person of interest or a suspect.
on a job
I don't
site.
even know if they'll ever make an arrest on an actual, crime, because they like to throw innocent people in jail instead of the criminals. So I really don't know, to be honest with you. I really don't know. But, wow. I got arrested for hashtags and threatening to sue someone. And I truly thought that a judge violated my constitutional rights, and now I just know it was just Sumner County Sheriff. That's a tough pill to swallow. The people that are supposed to be upholding law and order are the ones breaking the law. Breaking the law. It doesn't say anything about defaming, slandering. Where are you getting that? I read the order. Go rewind. Go back and listen to it. I read the order verbatim. I've got it right here. I literally read the order. It is no contact. I've never contacted them. Me talking on my channel about a public case is not contact to them. My channel does not contact them in any way. If they are subscribed to my channel, then they should have unsubscribed when they said I threatened them or I was threatening to them. If they choose to get contacted by me, that is their choice.
You need to
They
go back and
cannot
watch some
blame
of her
me for
older
coming
videos.
onto my channel and talking about a public case. They cannot say that this is contact because I don't reach out to them. Indirect contact, I've explained it before. It's me going to you and saying, "Hey, can you go over here and tell this person this?" That's indirect contact. Me talking on a public platform is not
Yes,
contact.
Amy. And he
This
bought
is my
the
channel.
house with his settlement,
My channel.
and
They don't
she
get to
took
control it.
in a divorce. That she was the violent one.
So I don't know who these people are. All I know is they violated my laws, and they violated a court order. It wasn't me that violated the court order. It was
But I
Sumner
don't
County
think her
Sheriff's Office that
sister
violated this court
has
order.
anything to do with her.
The whole thing
Her
is
sister
yes, you
doesn't
damn
want to
right
be
it is.
associated with her because I've never seen her
And let
sister.
me just say it loud and proud. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, the name his father, Seth Rogers, gave him.
Well, that's a lie, too.
The name his father gave him. His father. They don't get to take that away. They don't get to take that away. We are going to stand up and we are going to fight.
Yes, she really loves to talk about her ex,
God bless.
JLR, too. Well, there we have it, y'all.
All right.
There we have it. And this was from her this morning after she received the paper. But if she'd have been in court, she'd have known exactly what they were to say. Seth, his father, was saying that he got his name from some show or something. A court filings against, oh yeah, going against Queen Bee. Right. And the funny thing about that uh, lawsuit that she has against Queen Bee is the judge threw the case out. And Bullhorn Betty went right back that same day and refiled the exact same case. Nothing had changed. I don't know if she thinks she's going to get another lawyer or what, but this woman's, I'm telling you, this woman is off her rocker. I mean, slap off her rocker. She wouldn't come here to this state and do the stuff that she's been doing down there because mm-mm. It's, but I don't know. This was a civil case, so I don't know. I don't know how that works. I'm not sure about how that works, Amy. Um, and I wasn't there at the court. I've just started watching Queen Bee, but she does talk a lot about her case. So I'm gonna have to get a little bit more. Really? Wow. I don't get this woman. Okay, so Queen's lawyer is going to be helping on the rest of them also. Wow. I'm gonna see if I can um get Queen Bee to come on one day and talk about this because it's a mess. It's a mess. And see, that was one of the things that Betty was always throwing around is, it's abusive process, abusive process. They served her. She deliberately was not there to receive service. She knew they were coming. None of this was a surprise to her. She knew every bit of it. And this is just, Casey, I really do believe that this is going to get a lot bigger before it goes away. And I think that there's a good possibility that the Proudfoots and the Bowerstocks are doing these restraining orders to possibly have a way to go to YouTube and say, look, enough is enough. So she may very well be getting her channel taken away before long. Oh, awesome. That's good to know. Oh, wow. Which includes these cases here in Tennessee as well. which, in my opinion, proves harassment and threatening. She's awful. She's awful. So, but as always, we know that, yeah, very prone to it. But maybe some of this will get her to stop. I mean, there's other creators, very large creators, like one of them is Jay for Justice. She talks horrible about her, but yet she ain't even got a quarter of the subscribers and members that Jay has, but she's bad mouthing Jay. And it's like, but Seth needs to, me too, Amy. Oh, I love Jay. But Seth needs to really watch who he has around him and who he associates with when he's looking for his child. Burnt Toast. Oh, yes. I like that channel too. Oh, does she? Okay, I'll go check Burnt Toast and see if I can find those and see if she'll give me permission to share them. I kind of figured you would once you found her, Casey. That's why I told you about her. I was like, oh, I love Jay. Jay's just, oh, okay, I'll look for that tonight and I'll have that ready for probably tomorrow evening. So we'll have another live. I'll schedule another live for this. I'm just trying to get different things because I don't want my channel to just be court cases, which I like court cases, but I want to have more than just court cases. So, oh, I can't wait to see that. Do you know what time, Amy, that she's going live? Okay, 8:30. All right. Well, that gives me a little bit of time to get these clothes off and get comfortable and get into bed and watch her live tonight. I can't wait to see this. Yeah, my husband has learned that too. You know, there's a couple of channels that you don't mess with me when I'm watching 'em. Oh, and while we're chit chatting, um, I don't know if you guys know Dolly Vision, but he is home from the hospital. He had a massive heart attack. He had 100% blockage of his main artery. Um, so he's had a stent put in, but he's at home and he's resting well. And we just want to send out our prayers and best wishes for fast healing to him. But Amy, I'm glad you did. It is such an honor to have you. I'm so glad you found us. And I'll see you all tomorrow night. Y'all have a great night. And if you need me, Casey, you know how to reach me. Y'all be good. Bye.